They sent me this notification. I understood everything immediately. I rode a bike yesterday. They gave him one more chance. The lesson began half an hour ago. Someone stole her bag. It hurt her feelings greatly. They fought for their rights, freedom, and independence. The bell rang 5 minutes ago. I spoke English when I had an opportunity because I wanted more practice. She forgave him in the end. I found a better job. I drank a glass of juice. I drank a cup of coffee. They left the city. I left home very early. I had little free time, but I tried to find time for it. They lent him a very big sum of money. I got a very strange message from her. I didn't need it, so I threw it away. He bought the latest model. She cut the cake into 4 equal parts. He fell and hurt his knees. He drove a car very carefully and it saved his life. I sat down and then stood up. They lent him a very big sum of money. The bell rang 5 minutes ago. They left the city. She forgave him in the end. I rode a bike yesterday. Someone stole her bag. They sent me this notification. The lesson began half an hour ago. I spoke English when I had an opportunity because I wanted more practice. I found a better job. I got a very strange message from her. He fell and hurt his knee. I left home very early. I understood everything immediately. They fought for their rights, freedom, and independence. I drank a cup of coffee. I had little free time, but I tried to find time for it. I sat down and then stood up. I drank a glass of juice. I didn't need it, so I threw it away. She cut the cake into 4 equal parts. He bought the latest model. It hurt her feelings greatly. They gave him one more chance. He drove a car very carefully and it saved his life. I was so tired that I decided to lie down. I lay down. We met after work. It cost $5,000. The police caught the criminals. This sportsman won the gold medal. I was so happy when I won. He swam across the lake. She swam across the river. He told me a very interesting story. I learned very useful expressions. I don't think that he really learned English in a year. It took me so much time. It took me lots of time. It took me lots of time to understand this thing. He built a very big house. I showed a very good result. It brought him success and happiness. I forgot what to say. I forgot how to do it. They sold it very cheaply. They ran away. I saw that it was impossible. I woke up earlier than usual. I woke up later than usual. He slept too little. He spent lots of money. I wrote a very long message. I heard it on the radio. We ate about an hour ago. I knew everything in the beginning. I saw that it was impossible. We ate about an hour ago. I heard it on the radio. She swam across the river. I showed a very good result. He told me a very interesting story. I forgot how to do it. He spent lots of money. I forgot what to say. It took me so much time. I learned very useful expressions here. I woke up later than usual. I don't think that he really learned English in a year. He built a very big house. This sportsman won the gold medal. They sold it very cheaply. They ran away. It took me lots of time to understand this thing. I was so tired that I decided to lie down. I wrote a very long message. I knew everything in the beginning. It brought him success and happiness. I lay down. The police caught the criminals. It cost $5,000. I woke up earlier than usual. He swam across the lake. I was so happy when I won. We met after work. He slept too little. It took me lots of time. I lost it somewhere. He lost the keys somewhere. I thought that it was necessary. I went to that place when I had free time. I read all the book. I read all the article. I felt really optimistic. You did it perfectly. She sang a very beautiful song. He made a small mistake. I paid for it by credit card. This car broke down suddenly to our surprise. He said it very confidently. She said that it was possible. He became a very popular musician. It became a real problem. He hid it somewhere. He came home later than usual. He fed the dog. She fed the cat. He taught us English and we felt real progress. I think that I chose the right words to explain it. I put it somewhere. He flew to London. I grew up in a small town. He grew up in the UK. I was really happy to see you. I'm afraid you misunderstood it. He kept this money in a secret place. He kept his promise. He said it very confidently. He lost the keys somewhere. He became a very popular musician. I read all the book. He made a small mistake. This car broke down suddenly to our surprise. She sang a very beautiful song. I felt really optimistic. He came home later than usual. I put it somewhere. I think that I chose the right words to explain it. It became a real problem. She said that it was possible. He flew to London. He hid it somewhere. I thought that it was necessary. She fed the cat. I went to that place when I had free time. I paid for it by credit card. I grew up in a small town. He kept his promise. I lost it somewhere. You did it perfectly. He grew up in the UK. He kept this money in a secret place. I read all the article. I'm afraid you misunderstood it. He taught us English and we felt real progress. He fed the dog. I was really happy to see you. I wasn't surprised at all. They didn't live together. They weren't hospitable. They weren't together. I wasn't tired yesterday. She didn't close the window. It didn't seem the right decision. It didn't attract my attention. It wasn't interesting for me at all. It wasn't useless. I wasn't afraid of it. I didn't feel tired. It wasn't the best decision. They didn't seem so hospitable. The children weren't at home. This money wasn't enough. It didn't interest me at all. That offer didn't look really attractive. Such things weren't attractive for me. It wasn't so attractive for me. It didn't seem the best decision. It wasn't the best choice in that situation. It didn't seem useless. It didn't seem the best choice in that situation. I wasn't tired at all. It wasn't the right decision. Such things didn't attract my attention. This offer wasn't so attractive for me. The children didn't want to stay at home. I didn't agree with him. The offer wasn't really attractive. The shop wasn't open. He didn't open the door. This business wasn't profitable. He didn't feel happy. He didn't have this sum of money. That business didn't seem so profitable. He wasn't happy. The shop wasn't closed. This news didn't surprise me. Was it really interesting for you? Did he work as an instructor? Why was it so interesting for you? Did it sound really interesting? Did you feel really happy? Was he an instructor? When were you there? Did you buy these tickets? Was she a shop assistant? Did you close the window? Was this information really useful for you? Was it on the bed? Did you want to find a new job? Was it boring? Were you really happy? Was it really strange? Did you really like this movie? Was it really better? Was it a useful example? Was it really possible? Why did it interest you so much? Why did it cost so much? Was it a high level? Why was it so expensive? Did he agree to do it? Did it lie on the bed? Did you like this example? Was it in summer? Did it seem really strange? Was the window closed? Did you find this information? Did it seem really possible? Did it really interest you? Who was at the party? Did she work as a shop assistant? Was the door open? Did it happen last summer? Did it seem a very high level? When did you go there last time? Was it a well-paid job? Did you open the door?